Hi everybody, 1st of November, another day in my daily diaries of how I'm now coping with the loss of my wife due to Parkinson's. But today's been a sort of a mixed day with emotions today. I thought it would be because I've been over, I got up nice and early this morning, got my stuff ready, got my tools and my spade and what have you, got the car loaded up and then set off and went over to the cemetery. Remember, it's in like an hour's drive, so I went over there. It was raining all the way while I was there, so I took me my waterproofs with me. But when I got there, it just stopped. Just pulled up, it stopped. So that was pretty good. Anyway, so I walked over to the plot. Don't like calling it a grave. Just I don't know. I know it is, but I don't know. It's like the word funeral. I don't like. I'm trying to find. I call it leaving do, and I'm trying to find another word for grave. I've called it a plot a couple of times, but so any suggestions, please. So yeah, I stripped all the flowers and all the the mum, nan, friends and sisters, struck them all off. Got my spade out and dug it all and levelled it all and spread it all the muck, the earth and the stones. Pulled out all the bricks and stones and boulders and what have you. Levelled it all out and just sort of cut a clean edge around it all, in the grass. And then put the flowers back as well. I went, the ones that was okay. Mine was still okay to go on. The one that I had for the coffin top, the full of lilies, and then the mum and the nan, and the sister one. I took a couple of dead heads off that one and a friend, and then there was a Gates of Heaven. So they all went back on, but I positioned them all in a different way. Than all the others. There was quite a few bunches of bouquets and stuff, so I stripped them all down, and there's a pot there that we always have, so I cut them down and made a big display of like a bunch of flowers out of all the good ones, and put that up, washed all the headstone down, give it a good sweeping up everywhere, all bits of flowers and petals and bits of mud. So I'll give it a right good sweeping up. Really, really clean. It looks really nice. It does. It looks nice now. I was really pleased with myself. I'll get in touch with the cemetery on Monday and ask them at what point, will they come and sort of top it up, if they will, when and so on and so on, and I'll decide from there, how and when I move forward with it. But as it is, it looks nice right now. So I've actually ordered some more plant pots or flower pots, or what you call them, and I'm gonna dig them in and just bury them into the ground. Only 10-12 inches high, so then bunches of flowers can be put in them, rather than have them stood up and then they fall over with the wind and stuff. So I've already ordered them, so they'll be here this week, I think. So next weekend I'll get over and I'll just bury 3 of them in, and just keep taking bunches of flowers over, and I think that's the way forward. And then once it is all done and levelled, either by the council or myself, and the grass is back up and it's all nice and level and you don't know it's been disturbed, then it'll look nice and neat. Not full of knickknacks and what have you. So yeah, and then what I did do, I brought all the others home. Anything that were dead I've already binned, but all the like bouquets that I'd pinched stuff out of to make this bunch of flowers up, I brought them all home, and I've just made a display up for myself here in house. Let me see if I can show you 1 minute. I don't know if I can do this. Let me, with me. What's that? There we go, look at that. How's that? Another fella to my cap. I might start taking orders. Like I don't do the hairdressing anymore, or the nail technician. You know, I passed all my colours doing that, didn't I? So I'm rather pleased with my little self doing that display. So I've got a few more. I'll put in another bucket or something tomorrow outside in the garden. So I've got that here at the side of Angie's photo on the table. So rather pleased with my little self. But I just sat, remember it stopped raining as well, and the sun started shining while I was doing all that. Backwards and forwards to the car, and 2 bin bagfuls of rubbish, and then I stood chatting to her for a while, and then I went over to the bench. It's only, 50 metres away. So I went and had a look at that first, but I tried having a bash at taking it apart, but all the bolts are all rusted up, so they weren't grinding out, and the slats are really rotten. So what I've decided to do first is price up a new bench. I'll price up a new bench first, and as long as they're not £1,000,000, I think it'd just be easier all round just to get a new bench, and then me keep on top of it, and keep it properly varnished with proper decent varnish, some from like yacht varnish, and not this cheap B&M rubbish that Angie kept using. So bless her. But it's a job she wanted to keep doing, so I just didn't interfere. Told her once or twice she needs better, but she was happy in doing it. So I left her to it. So that's my plan again. I'm gonna speak to the stonemason first, see if he has any dealings with anybody that can get me a new bench, or whether I've got to go through the council. I don't know, but I'll price it up during the week and see, and then either get back over there with my tools and my grinder and grind all the bolts out if I have to do, and replace the slats like I originally was going to do. But then I sat on the bench. It's under a tree, you see, as well. So I just sat on the bench. I sat on it for 3/4 an hour. But the tears were streaming. Just going over things in my head, and chatting out loud with her and looking over, because you can see the headstone from the bench. Mad. I just kept screaming to myself, just down my face, and then he'd stop and I'd have a bit of a grin. I didn't have a meltdown. I didn't have a shouting doer like that, like I have done sometimes in the car. But I don't know. It was just hard to sit there. It was, and then all in all, probably about 3 hours. Got there about, 11:45, maybe just before. Left about 3 o'clock. Not before that. It was not been about. I was there for about 11:15. Yeah. I think I can't remember now. Yeah. Anyway, it was about that time. So yeah, and then I was so I went back and had another chat with her. Then got in the car and just set off home. I stopped at Costa's or a Starbucks or somewhere, and just sat in there and had a cappuccino to myself, sat at the table, just watching everybody coming and going again. Sort of people watching and people laughing and joking. One fella sat on his phone, and it just gets you thinking. Like they're all laughing and joking, coming and going, but like the one fella on his phone, was he going through what I'm going through? You just don't know. You don't know at all. Or was he just, watching football results or something like that? It's so hard at times. It's so hard. Sometimes you just feel like standing up and shouting Will you all stop still? Please just stop the wheel for a couple of days, please. But obviously you can't, and it wouldn't do anyway. But that's what's part of grieving, isn't it, really? Part of grieving. So then as soon as I got back on the motor, it started raining again. So was that Angie looking after me, making sure I could tidy up and without getting wet. More likely it would have been the other way around. Dry while I was getting there, dry coming home, and missing it down while I was doing it. I should have been laughing. Okay, I've been waterproofed anyway, so it wouldn't have stopped me doing it, but obviously it was better to do it in the dry, in the sun. And I could sort of sweep up and all, and I wasn't stomping mud around, like I would have been if it was raining. So anyway, I got back home and I've just had one of my soups and my tea, because wasn't that hungry. Even though I'd been all day without out to eat, just because of the day. Just didn't have much of an appetite, but so I'm going to go and get my shower. I was going to have a lounge in a bath, but I'm going to get my shower now. And just put my lounges on and see what's on TV or do whatever I've got to do. And I've got a couple of cans of Guinness in the fridge, so I might have a couple of them first and then have a conversation with Mr. Daniels a bit later on. I don't even know what time we're on now. It's 7 o'clock already. Yeah, so yeah, and then tomorrow, granddaughter's coming over again. Cordelia's coming over with her too. So I don't know what time yet, because they're at a Halloween party today. And I think it's a Halloween party or a bonfire night party, I forgot now. So they're coming over tomorrow. So we'll see what we're doing tomorrow when they get here, if they've not already got plans for us. So right, yeah, I'm going to get off now and get myself freshened up, and I'll do another one tomorrow. As per usual, thanks for all your comments again and your support. Keep it coming, and please press your follow me buttons and like buttons, and yeah, let's get these and forward these videos on for me, please, as best you can. All right, again, thanks for watching, and as per usual, you take care now. Bye.